Okay, thank you. Mike?
Frank, I want to start by asking you about the defense, especially in the fourth quarter. What was working so effectively and making it difficult for Miami to get good shots?
Well, we're continuing to grow our understanding of the Miami Heat and their offensive system, which is very, very complicated and difficult to guard. So each game we tweak the scheme a little bit and just get a little bit stronger with what we're doing on that end, what we're trying to take away. Obviously, Anthony's matchup on Butler, was a big factor in our defensive efficiency. He did a great job. Jimmy's so great; it's hard to even slow him down. But AD did a great job, and it starts there. But you have to credit our guys' competitive spirit. I mean, they were flying around and just competing at an extremely high level on that end of the floor.
No, you expect to see LeBron and AD come up with plays down the stretch. What are your thoughts on KCP with those 5 straight points in crunch time there?
Huge. I mean, he's a confident young man. He's been a huge part of our success this year for what he does on both ends of the floor. And I was proud of him and Danny for having bounce-back games offensively. We need everybody to participate and contribute. And, we're a team-first team. Obviously, we have our 2 big horses, but everybody's got to contribute that's out there, and proud of both of those guys for stepping up. But KCP down the stretch, big guts to take and make those shots that he took, and it was a huge 5 points, obviously.
Awesome.
All right, we'll start with Kyle Goon.
Frank, you touched on it, but obviously AD taking on Jimmy for most of the night, and then in those when AD was on the bench, LeBron refusing to switch off of Jimmy. How do you feel like that set the tone for what you guys did in the second half defensively?
Yeah, set a great tone. I mean, that was a big part of our plan. Our adjustments from last game to this game is to try to keep those 2 guys on him as much as possible, and they rose to the challenge. They really stepped up. Obviously, it's one game. We still have work to do, but in tonight's game, those guys did a great job.
All right, Dan.
Along those lines, Frank, how did that decision to go with AD, especially knowing that Bam might be playing, how did that kind of idea come to be? And
What we study film for. You study the game tape, you see where you're getting hurt, and there was ways that he was hurting us. Obviously, he had 40 points last game. So we identified ways that we can take certain things away from them, and hopefully not get hurt too bad. What the playoffs are about, making adjustments.
Anything else on this end? Rachel? Okay. We're back to you, Will.
All right, thank you. Andy Kamenetsky, please.
Hey, Frank. In the last few minutes of the game, after LeBron looked a little bit shaken up on that collision, the next 2 possessions you guys scored with either Rondo getting a layup or him setting up Anthony Davis. I don't think LeBron even touched the ball. Do those 2 possessions just sort of epitomize what you have in Rondo and just what he means at this type of stage?
Yeah, he's been huge for us all year. Obviously vital down the stretch. We've been telling Bron, like, when he needs a possession off offensively, that's a great action to go to. Rondo and AD in the pick and roll, and allows him to just catch a quick blow. He had great trust. It's tough to trust in that situation that late in the game, but when you trust your teammates, you usually get rewarded. And Rondo made a great play. AD was huge. Made that big 3. And again, we're a team-first team, and we trust all our teammates. We trust all 5 guys on the court to make big plays, and that's what happened tonight in the fourth.
All right, I'll take 2 more, Frank. Leandra?
Coach, AD made huge plays at the end of the game. What did you say to raise his level so much?
No, you don't have to say anything to Anthony Davis. He wants this more than anything. And obviously, he's a great player, capable of imposing his will on a game on both ends of the floor. And you saw that tonight. You saw what he did defensively, and obviously that big 3 helped seal it, but was great on both ends all night.
All right, last one. Christos?
Hello, coach. Congrats on the win. First of all, how important part of your game plan is Rajon Rondo, because he made some great plays, especially in the rebound and in assist about the game, and also the last 5 minutes of the game on defense was the Lakers' identity.
Yeah, well, Rajon is, again, a huge part of what we do. I've got a tremendous amount of trust in his abilities, especially, in this atmosphere, this deep into the playoffs when the games mean so much. He's been there before, and, I trust him, and then obviously the defense, I was very, very proud of our defensive performance tonight. Game 2 and 3 were not good enough, quite frankly, to win in the NBA Finals. And, we made some adjustments to our scheme. The guys raised their level from a competitive spirit standpoint and alertness standpoint. And, both were huge factors.
Thank you, Frank.